Hey guys, this is going to be somewhat non-traditional video. I don't usually do this type shit. I was on Live Me just now for like an hour going off, and I'm realizing like Live Me, that's dumb. Live Me is like giving me energy, but at the same time, I'm not having half as big an audience as I could on YouTube. So why aren't I doing it on YouTube? I went to the hookah bar last night. Anyway, fucking what was I talking about on Live Me? Oh, I don't know, everything. I was talking about how astrology is predestination. It is, I mean, the planets are there. God says, Ben, you're going to be born 8:08 a.m. February 10th, 1987 in El Paso, Texas. That's predestination. All the planets were aligned. It's the same thing. And so when these astrologers try and talk about the Bible as if that's wrong, the Bible says the heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Why do you think Virgo is the Virgin Mary? Leo is Jesus is the Lion of the tribe of Judah at the end of time. Okay? I mean, already the energy is kind of different on YouTube. Like, it's already different. Sorry, on Live Me, it's so much easier to get pissed on Live Me. On YouTube, I'm all like conservative and hey, what's up? I guess, I mean, I've had shirtless videos before. But yeah, my cats fucking tore up my deal. But anyway, just another day, you know, jamming the Stones. Exile on Main Street. This album, I just discovered it. I turned 30. Exile on Main Street. This album is brilliant. And I as an American, I like love and hate the Stones because it's like, it sounds like they're from fucking Alabama, Virginia, but they're from fucking England. How can they do that? Because music transcends borders, basically. You know what I mean? So I was just like, it's like, you sound like you're from the country, which is why the Stones are brilliant. I finally understand now. Okay? I mean, they're Illuminati, don't get me wrong. I'm not some kind of hypocrite. I understand that part. But I also just finally understand the mood they were trying. I never listened to a full Stones album before, just the obvious hits. And like, oh, that's cool. Beatles are better. Oh, that's cool. Pink Floyd's trippier. But no, yeah, the Stones I understand now a little better. Anywho, I mainly wanted to talk about the predestination with astrology thing. So, as long as Christians try and say, well, I don't think my life's controlled by the planets, well, that's fine. But you also, as a Christian, have to believe in predestination. Romans 8:28 through 29. For whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his Son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. It's like, you're special if you're predestination. So what does that mean? God planned everything. God declared the end from the beginning and set those planets right there, right then and there. You might be able to say astrology is wrong. Like, oh, well, I don't think Aquariuses are all knowledgeable and smart. Well, I happen to be. Well, I don't think all Mars and Aries has a lot of energy and initiative. I happen to be. I don't think all Moon and Cancers are emo and sensitive. I am. So basically, I'm not denying myself. You're like, well, if your chart says you're the shit, then of course you're gonna like it. My chart says I'm sensitive, and shit's gonna happen. And here's the thing: a lot of people blame the devil for how the shit in their life. No, it's God. I mean, your horoscope says, oh, today you'll get a message from a friend. Well, I didn't get a message from a friend. Bitch, you're on social media all day. Okay, anyway, I'm just saying. Sorry, got to shower. I had a pretty fun night last night. I'm such a sinner. Alcohol's a sin. Yeah, I drank it. Yep, I did. Obviously didn't carry my guns. That's a felony. I did not carry one pistol. You can't even keep it in your car or nothing. So I just had faith, you know. I hate doing that, but if you're, you know, with a friend, you're a little better off than when you're by yourself, I guess. Anywho, shit, I was gonna talk about something. Well, let me just get the obvious shit out the way. Christmas is pagan. Easter's pagan. Predestination is real. Astrology is real. Illuminati hide their symbolism everywhere. And their symbolism is saying the end times are very soon and some kind of comet's going to come down or some huge stone, the stone of Daniel 2, the star of Revelation 12, I can't remember, I suck. It's the same thing though. It's going to come down at the San Onofre power plants at the 33-degree parallel on planet Earth. You know, like the whole 19.5 degree thing, like the planet Earth has special points on it. And 33 is obviously one of the most Illuminati numbers ever. You got, you know, Westworld, 3-3. You got Keanu Reeves, EE. It sounds dumb, but I can keep going on and on. I already did. I already had a video. I don't need to prove it to you now. Study up. San Onofre power plant, some kind of either alien invasion, some kind of virus, some kind of I don't know, everything that every movie is about these days. Something crazy might happen. And the fact they don't want to talk about UFOs yet is proof in the pudding. We all know UFOs are real. Thousands of pilots have witnessed them and whatever. So they can't admit it yet until the New World Order starts, y'all. That's the whole point. It's kind of setting up, you know. Some people like William Cooper believe that the alien invasion will be planned and not real aliens, just government technology that they have been suppressing for, you know, fucking 50 years at least with Roswell, let alone the Atlantean technology that the Illuminati still have records for. Who knows what was burned down in the Library of Alexandria, but it's probably Atlantean, holy, you know, free energy, crystal magic type knowledge. I mean, we don't even know. And as a Christian, you want to believe in Jesus rising from the dead, then why doesn't all that other New Age stuff work that I've been proving is true? You know, before 2012, and then 2012 didn't happen. That doesn't mean I'd take back anything. I'm a Christian now, but that New Age shit is true. That's the hidden Christianity. The thing about the change with the whole attitude of Jesus coming down was to not have to worry about that stuff anymore and just know God's in charge and there's no more karma, no more reincarnating in the next 2,000 years. That's, I guess, your last chances or whatever. But yeah, no more reincarnating after Jesus. So, because it's this world, it literally says in the Bible there's going to be a new earth and a new heaven. So when people smoke DMT now and go to that heaven that Swedenborg exactly describes without having to smoke DMT, when people go there's a new heaven, y'all. Isaiah 66 talks about it. That's the Old Testament in Hebrew. Revelation 21 talks about it. That's the New Testament in Greek. Not any English Bible is going to give you the true word of God. If you want to know the grammatical idioms, which do matter, you see these dumb Christians speaking in tongues. Speaking in tongues is not what the correct translation is, you doofuses. I mean, if you're going to read it in a false translation, have, you know, a bunch, like 20 Protestants and Catholics arguing for 17 years in 1611 what the fuck the King James Version is going to be like. If you want to trust them, go for it. I'm going to trust the Textus Receptus, the 5,000 consistent Greek manuscripts that was the word of God at the time. Paul's letters, everyone's letters, John's, you know, Apocalypse, which is the book of Revelation. Apocalypses, that's translated as Revelation. So when people say, "Oh, it's the Apocalypse," they're actually saying, "Oh, it's the Revelation." No, the Apocalypse literally is the word Revelation. Anyway, there's just so much to get wrong, let alone not finding Santa Claus or Easter bunnies in the Bible. Oh wait, Semiramis had a son called Nimrod, who was born December 25th, and Semiramis herself came down in an egg and had a rabbit consort friend. Oh, so it's all Babylon. Easter is Ostara. I mean Semiramis. I mean Venus. I mean Aphrodite. It's all the same female tree worship. And then Tammuz, Nimrod, Hercules, Dionysus, Apollo. They're all sun gods. The males are sun gods. What's 9? So what happens? So this is Easter. This is Easter. Fucking Tammuz gets killed. And then, but they still have Nimrod. So Nimrod was the date of inception of Nimrod is, you know, March 25th or whatever when Easter is. What's 9 months after that? Christmas, when he's born again. That's ancient Babylonian mythology. That's the Golden Bough. That's McClintock and Strong's Encyclopedia of Ecclesiastical and Theological Literature. That's history. So when these Christians want to say, "Oh, it's Jesus' birthday," they have all of history proving them wrong. That's not something you should take on faith. And then they'll say, "Oh, well, we don't do it that way." You don't do sun worship fire festivals where they used to sacrifice kids to a fucking huge picture of Baal every year? You don't do it that way. How do you do it? Oh, Jesus says, sell all that you have, yet on this day you give your kids a bunch of bullshit so they can waste time? Is that how you do it your way? Or do you set up a Christmas tree and deck it with silver or gold after someone cuts it down from the forest, like Jeremiah 10 says that the heathens do? Jeremiah 10, the first verse. And Easter, you got the book of Ezekiel, where Elijah's talking to God, saying, hey, God's saying, hey, look at all this abominations. Look at them weeping for Tammuz. That's the 40 days of Lent. 40 days of Lent, they wept 40 days and 40 nights to represent Tammuz's 40 years of life. That's not Christian. That's pagan. And by pagan, I mean something worshiping some other multiple gods instead of the one monotheistic creator in this world. Y'all are worshiping the creations, the trees, the statues, the weather, the moon, the stars. You don't worship the stars, you understand them. You do not worship them because Psalms 19, the heavens declare the glory of God. It's not the opposite. God declares the glory of the stars, like astrologers say. Every star has a biblical name, a biblical story behind it. It's called Witness to the Stars. Look at that book. There's multiple books on it. I've already gone into it. I mean, I'm just basically trying to say that there's a huge deception going on, and the Christians they're not Christian. They're the exact same Roman Catholic pagan Babylonian system set up, but in America. That's why the Bible talks about Babylon, a literal place and concept, and it talks about the daughter of Babylon in the future. Gee, who's that? America. We're as pagan as they come. The so-called Protestants are still doing Catholic traditions. Good fucking job. Good job protesting, you Protestants. Dude. I just don't understand how these people sleep at night. These preachers, how do you sleep at night knowing you're fucking sending millions of people to hell? Oh, because you are run by the devil. Oh, I mean, you're doing dumb shit, making atheists even more skeptical because this shit you're doing is what the Bible says not to do anyway. Not that the atheists ever pick up a Bible, let alone in the right translation. I mean, it's like I don't even know where to fucking begin with these people. Sometimes it's like, bro, at least I can say I studied. At least I can say I tried to God. Say, well, I know I'm a sinner. Oh, that's a little pillow stuff from here, I guess. I could say I at least tried. What are you going to say? Well, I knew Christmas was pagan, but my mom did it. Now, what else does your mom do? Dumb shit. Well, I like stuff. You mean the stuff that you can't bring into heaven? You know, the eternal part? This is just fleeting. If you believe in that, if you think there's no afterlife, whatever, then smoke some fucking DMT. But this right now is fleeting. I'm not going to be able to take my new Taurus judge to heaven. I get to look at it now, think it's awesome, but it's not coming with me to my eternal trip, nor do I fucking need or want or care for it at that time. I won't have a physical body. Things will be prettier anyway. I mean, dude, this is not what you need to gather up. You need to gather up your treasures in heaven, not your ones in earth. That's a Bible verse. Why would atheists disagree with that, morally speaking? What's morally wrong with saying, okay, let's build up our character instead of a bunch of stuff? That's what the so-called punk rock shit was about. Not having stuff, not succumbing to society, and not falling for the system. And all they do is fucking abuse each other and do hard drugs and fuck everything. Rebellion for rebel with a cause instead of just rebellion for rebellion's sake because you hate your fucking parents. Like, what if I just got a mohawk one day and dressed all punk, even though I grew up totally nice and happy and lived in a totally legit home? I mean, people think the way you dress is how you act. I'm more of a punk than these punks. I know why the Bible is wrong or right or mutual or fucking misinterpreted. I know I'm a real rebel because I don't have to wear a fucking costume. Once you open your mouth and talk to me, you'll see. It's not a fucking fashion show. It's what's in your soul. You're not going to take your mohawk to heaven. You're not going to have your fucking chains in heaven. Build up your character. And because you don't care what you look like, do not look like you don't care what you don't look like. You know what I'm trying to say? Oh, fuck. I mean, shit. Sorry, this is how I get on Live Me. Y'all are finally experiencing it. This is from a hookah bar. I don't know if I told y'all that. It's kind of deja vu because that's what I said in the Live Me like twice. Like, I don't know if I told you that. I did tell y'all that, so now I do know. Triple deja vu. Quadruple! Speaking of deja vu, that shit is God. Speaking of synchronicity, that shit is God. Tell me, ask an atheist, what's deja vu? Oh, well, it's just your mind interpreting some shit. No, it's weird. It's weird. You were there before. Deja vu. It's Nietzsche's eternal recurrence. Nietzsche is a wise person. I could never wrap my mind around it, but I'm understanding. Deja vu is proof of Nietzsche's eternal recurrence. For some reason, we've lived this life before. I don't know why, but deja vu is hinting at it every time. Why? Why, God? Why? Why, God? Why? Why? Do we have free will? No, it's predestination. Then why do I feel like I've lived it before? I don't know. People need to ask themselves this shit. Why do you dream about shit? And then why do your dreams always have some kind of weird moral lesson to it? Why would you be teaching yourself? That's a spiritual high entity talking to you in your dreams. That's God in that world, buddy. That's the heavenly realms. That's pineal gland DMT shit. You're carrying a Schedule 1 substance in your brain right now. It's called dimethyl fucking tryptamine in your pineal gland. All those cops should be arrested because they're holding. So dumb. Like, our own body is outlawed. You can't smoke DMT and see the heavenly world because you're going to walk off a cliff. What cliff? I live in Texas. Well, you can't do ecstasy because you walk off a building. I live in a house. I mean, fuck me. Is that the best you can come up with? People don't walk off cliffs when they're fucking drunk? Step in front of trains? I mean, if anything, psychedelics would make you want to stay inside more. Not go out and cause a fucking ruckus like the drugs you want to legalize. Buddy. It's some shit, bro. Drug war is unconstitutional. It's part of the devil system. Gun control laws are unconstitutional. Or just dumb in general. No matter where you live. Because a bad guy ain't going to follow fucking law, so why the fuck should you? If they're going to not do it, go to a place where you're allowed to be free. Oh, but I want to smoke weed and have a gun. Well, you're a terrorist then. You're a fucking gangsta. Oh, really? So George Washington was a gangsta? He has a journal saying, I took out the male hemp seeds, but the females budded too late. Literally what it says, buddy. And you want to call fucking stoners who want to defend their lives criminals? And rapists and murderers in the same fucking place you'll all hang out together? No. This is the devil, dude. This world sucks. Am I getting all red? I think it's just the lighting. But yeah, I'm just trying to say, like, yo, fuck everything. Understand you're being deceived, and they want you to be deceived, and they want you to keep voting, and they want you to fucking not understand that they're run by the devil and go visit a 40-foot fucking owl in Bohemian Grove every fucking year. Oh, yeah, well, why isn't that on the fucking cover of Time magazine, bitch? Why isn't Harry Anslinger on the fucking cover of Time magazine as to name me the person who illegalized weed? Harry Anslinger. What did he say about it? He said white people raping Mexicans on marijuana, made up term. And that's law now. That's still the law. That's the law. Y'all voted, yeah. Y'all let Congress just rape you. Wow, it's around the same time the gun control thing started with the fucking unions. And then in the 90s, they finally reenacted concealed fucking carry. After all this gangster bullshit was starting up and crack. Okay, let's allow concealed carry. Crime drop. Boom. What a fucking coincidence, you dumb bitches. Sorry, I get mad when I do the longer ones. But I just want you to feel what I'm trying to fucking say. I don't believe cussing is a sin. I could say, I hate God. That's more of a sin than fuck you. To me, you know? I just, be yourself. English is a fucking dumb language anyway. If what you say is evil, then, yeah, watch your fucking mouth. But there's nothing explicit about fuck and shit to me at all. That's how maybe it's my generation. But anyway, I'm one of those Christians who reads the Bible in the original languages, who knows Christmas is pagan, and who believes in astrology. No one knows Nietzsche like me. No one knows astrology like me. No one's reading the Bible in Hebrew and Greek like me. Jim Brown doesn't even know fucking Hebrew. He does a little bit, but I grew up Jewish. I know exactly the hypocrisy that Jesus was talking about versus all these dumb Christians who say, yeah, fuck those rabbis. Yeah, whatever. I grew up Jewish. I had a bar mitzvah in the year 2000. The first time I grew up a Jew, so therefore I really understand what Jesus was trying to talk about. And only unless you study, like Jim Brown does, apparently no one else fucking picks up a history book. Unless you study, you're going to understand that too. The Bible was totally misconstrued, and rabbis wrote their own commentaries on it, and they called it the Talmud and the Mishnah, and then all of a sudden the Talmud and the Mishnah are more important than the actual Bible, so then shit got fucked up. Jesus was like, hey, stop doing those commentaries. Read the Bible. You'll learn more from it every day than your dumb commentaries. And the thing about the rabbis is they oftentimes just elected a new leader. So what if that leader is just like politics? What if that next rabbi they elected was just some idiot, but they had to have him as a commentary in the Talmud just because of his official politician type rabbi? That was the only reason he was in the Talmud. That's not the Bible. God. Oh, I mean, the Old Testament, the Masoretic text is thousands of years old, and we're just now discovering it has pi in it. Moses and John did not know that stuff. They wrote it down because they knew God had everything fucking planned out. Don't worry about all that. Just do this. And they did. And guess what happened? We're finding out it hides pi. We're finding out it hides the fucking length of fucking the circumference of the fucking earth. Do you understand? Shit is not supposed to be understood until the end times. Well, look, we're understanding shit now. I guess it must be the fucking end times. Well, I am. You're not predestined to. No, you just clicked on this because you're bored and saw a dude with his shirt off. And I did that as clickbait intentionally to wake up you stupid people who are trying to waste time. You know what I'm saying? All you perverts, after you jack off and after you fucking do your drugs and shit, what next? Well, how about you read a fucking book? Oh, I'll just go to the movies, turn the TV, and fucking zone out all day. Bitch, you got time for that? You got time to fucking buy shoes and go shopping, but you can't understand why the fuck the world is the way it is? You don't ever question that, you just take it for granted. But I'm not gonna whine about that. God did that intentionally. Guess what? Wisdom is given by God. The book of Daniel says, God giveth wisdom to the wise and knowledge to them with understanding. But what does the Bible also say? Great knowledge increases great sorrow. You know? So what? God gives us wisdom, and what does wisdom give us? Sorrow. God gives us sorrow. That's not the devil. It's not some eternal battle between the devil and God. It's all God. It's all God. God allows the serpent to deceive Eve. God allows the fucking Illuminati to run the fucking country. That's what Revelation 17:17 says. I'll let the kingdom be ruled by the beast until the words of God are fulfilled. And what did the devil offer Jesus? The world. The world's run by the devil. God is running the spiritual aspect in our lives and our consciousness, but the physical, cultural, societal world is fucked. Okay, so I just, want to let you know that. I don't know if I should go on any longer because this will just take longer to fucking upload, and I'm on an iPhone instead of just live me, and then I hit stop, and then it's done. But anyway, y'all got potential if you sat through this whole thing instead of just skipped around. Okay, y'all could be in my church if I ever start a fucking ministry. Me, the Grox, and Jim Brown, do 1 day a week type shit. All these people who went to church this morning, they are sucking their brains out. They're pagan. They don't know that they're doing sun worship festivals. The Protestants don't know they're doing Catholic traditions. And the Catholics don't know they're doing Babylonian Semiramis tree and sun worship. And they don't know that the devil runs the world. And they don't know that they're not supposed to pray for cars and money. Jesus said, sell all that you have. What do? You pray for money and stuff? Well, I just pray for enough to get by. No, you need to pray for God's will. Say, thy will be done, not my will. That's literally the fucking, that's the prayer. That's the one prayer, Lord's Prayer. It's the one prayer in the Bible that everyone pretty much knows. And what does it say? Thy will be done. So why are you fucking praying for a Porsche? I mean, dude, why are you speaking in tongues? Read in the original Greek language. It's not what they're talking about. And I'll go into that later. I'm still studying it too with Jim Brown. He goes into it, fucking genius. Okay, and he's a rabbit like me, so we like to study. We're scholars. Rabbits are scholars. Me, Jim Brown, Swedenborg, all the dorks. Fuck y'all. To me, it's dorky to want to be cool. That's not being rebellious and shit. That's saying you're falling into the same circle of bitches who think they're cool. It's cooler to know they're not cool or hang out with them. When I went out last night, I was just flabbergasted. All these lost fucking souls. And I even started saying, when I walked towards my car, these people said some shit about, oh, I did that in front of the Catholic Church. I don't know, like they're tripping and stuff because they're drunk. And I said, oh, well, they're pagan anyway. And they're like, oh, okay. They're kind of laughing just because I was like, then I was just like, yeah, Christmas is pagan. I had like 2 or 3 beers anyway myself with my friend. He only had like 2, but I had like 3 hard beers. Anyway, so he drove and fucking, I said that and like, I just don't care anymore. But all these other people, I'm just like, why do you think you're cool? You're not cool. You know what's cool? Having a brain. What's cool is having someone to talk to who's not being fucking deceived by society or by any kind of mode of society like punk rockers. Why are you going to have a costume on? Why do you want to pretend you're fucking something? Why don't you just be that something? Instead of have to say, oh, I'm this something, so that's how I'm going to dress. I'm more rebellious than any of you punks. I'm more of a punk than a punk. Say that 10 times fast. But I'm saying, like, I know what's going on, and I know, well, you're just believing God, and that's just an excuse. Well, fucking prove the San Onofre power plants aren't in the United Bank of America mural, and they aren't in Cloud Atlas, and they aren't fucking in a League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and they aren't in GTA 5. It's everywhere. And if Illuminati know everything, because they do have the knowledge of free energy, and they do have the knowledge of fucking astrology is real, and fucking UFO technology. They know everything. They're just not telling you. But they probably know what was burned at the Library of Alexandria. They knew all that. They knew it was just Atlantean fucking technology and wisdom gathered through thousands and thousands of fucking years. They already know that stuff. And yet you still think this is all there was? Like, why are there fucking pyramids 500 feet below sea level in Peru? Because 10,000 years ago there was a flood. History is so much older than you want to think. And read a Graham Hancock book, for God's sakes. You don't think this world is lying? It's proof that they've lied about archaeology. So what else are they lying about? Everything! 2 Thessalonians 2:11, God will send them a strong delusion that they should believe a lie. Okay, 1 more minute. Then that's a full fucking Simpsons episode for you, bitch. Half hour in this hoe. With Ben, your host. Thanks for watching this podcast. I do hope you will come back later. Or go on my live me to see me yell like a fucking madman some more. Because I'm tired of playing this conservative bullshit. These protesters pissed me off. Like, dude, I'm not pro-Trump or pro anything. I'm pro-gun. So I'm kind of glad Hillary didn't want to try and take him away again. But that's the only reason that I'm minorly happy that Trump won over Hillary. It's all Illuminati though, buddy. I'm glad Illuminati let me not be scared for my guns this year. They're all in control of everything. I read an article, it's like gun owners can finally breathe again, and that's exactly how I fucking feel. Oh, but that doesn't mean I'm pro-Trump. He's Illuminati. So that's all of Hillary's special donors. Bitch, you're a billionaire. You want to tell me you don't go to the same Bohemian fucking Grove shits as all the rest of the fucking sleazes of this world? The Rockefellers? You know? Them pieces of shit. Okay, well, y'all have a good one. Just understand that you do need to pay your dues. You do have to go to work. But when you go home, your attitude has to be, well, this is the beast system. I'm being tested by God right now. And then when you come home, you can just confirm that. And then you can be yourself. We have to put on a mask when we walk out that fucking door. I'm trying to take the mask off slowly, slowly, more and more every day. So hopefully y'all are too. Later.